Right there, the two little holes. If I put these pieces onto there, it ends up actually spot on the centre, so we're going to go for those two. So centre pop these. Now this is virtually impossible to mount to drill from this side, so I'm going to put a pilot hole through and then I can drill it from the other side because I can mount it nice and flat. So to make sure we get this nice and straight and true, we just start the drill. I've got a little drilling block here that I use for lining drills up when I'm tapping holes. Quite simple to use, very effective. This is strange stuff to drill. It's very hard, very tough, very slippery. So all we'll do, we'll put the drill through there, start in the hole. Then we'll put a clamp on here, clamp that, and that will keep the drill going through nice and straight. I've got various ones of these for different size drills and for different size taps. So we'll put a clamp on there and see if we can't get this drilled out. Not a great route because the tap's in the way. Things in the way. What we have is this. That's better. This is definitely looking a lot better. We'll get there in a minute. This is a casting of a traction engine. It's at least 100-year old, and what's happened is it's been broken off there. Somebody's welded it on, or at least have attempted to weld it on, and that part's come off. That part's actually loose, cracked through the weld. What I intend doing is, instead of just trying to weld these bits back on, I'll take them off all together, grind the metal away, and I'll build it up using TIG weld in silicon bronze. On AC, so I can build this up with bronze and then remachine the holes. The first thing I'm going to do is draw templates just on a piece of paper so I can pick up these hole centres again. So we'll get a decent bit of paper. There's a web on the casting here, so I'll put an arrow to the web. We'll do a draw on the outside first. Right, then the holes. We'll be able to pick these up quite nicely. There's quite a lot of tolerance on the bolt holes. Are quite a sloppy fit. Right, so like I say, that one there is off, and that one there's might as well be off. The material is absolutely filthy. You can see it's been V'd out. It's been welded up, stuck, but the centre there hasn't been welded onto. Not a very decent repair at all. take it up to the shed and grind things out, and then go about welding it back up. I have a piece of graphite, so I can line on a piece of graphite and lay the weld up against that, and hopefully it'll work out not too bad. Right, as you can see, I've done a bit of damage to it. I've dug all the old weld out. It's no good pissing about. You've got to get back to some clean metal. That's a piece of graphite, so hopefully I can run the brass in or the bronze in, back it up onto that. I do it with aluminium. I've never actually tried it with the silicon bronze. These are the rods that I'm using. Lovely bronze rods. Try and get a shot of the core on the end of the rod. The camera will focus on that. Come on, focus, you bloody thing. Right, that's the rod there. So that's the rod I'm using. I'm going to put a little bit of heat in here just to try and boil the oil out, just to warm things up a little bit before I start to weld it, just to take some of the chill off it. I'll weld one side, then I'll try and get the video camera set up and so I can get some actual welding through the welding screen, so to speak. So the first thing is to get a little bit of warmth into it, generally warm the casting up. And that's a whisker sorted out. The top one's been built up from the inner side as well, and the bottom one's exactly how it comes off the graphite. And it's not looking too bad at all, this. This stuff is, when you start to get near to the parent metal, if you've actually managed to fuse the cast, melt the cast, it really does get very, very hard indeed. I'll get right to the top of that cutter so it doesn't. So we're just about touching the original metal now, so that's not too bad. I did have a go with the floppy just so you can see I've caused a little bit of damage there, but it shouldn't be too bad. I might as well machine this corner when I've got it set up like this, and then we'll turn it over and do the other bit. Be careful working on that cutter, because it's main ambition in life is to cut your hand. Well, its main ambition in life is to snap and then get you. Excellent. Right. Definitely. I've had it on my linisher and it's pretty good. It's nice and flat now. Certainly a lot flatter than it's ever been in its miserable life, I would imagine. Next thing now is to machine these corners square, then pick up the holes and drill them.